All right. Cute. So the overall direction is up right now. Um,
What time frame? What time frame are you on?
to the age 16.
Yeah. Ah, 60.
What?
It's similar to a daily time frame. It's similar to daily. The
No, it's
daily.
not. It's not a daily. If it was similar to daily, then it would be the daily.
All right. I said this is it. Surprise me
What?
higher high, right? Surprise me higher
No,
high.
I told you earlier, like UJ is the H4.
Yeah. All right. So the overall direction is the daily. UJ is the H4. So I'll go down to the H4. So, surely look at the structure. Now, if we did a high high and it's going to, because we say right, briefly being a downtrend, correct?
It's the
It's
uptrend.
being a downtrend,
Like,
correct?
why are you thinking about a downtrend when it's just in consolidation? It hasn't even broke structure yet. Like UJ is still making higher low points. It's nothing says downtrend right now for UJ at this current moment. Even on the daily time frame, you're in on a bullish candle, not a bearish candle. So why are you thinking about a downtrend?
All right. All right. So you in place sells there. So all right. So I'll exit right here and then just watch the market progress as it progresses. All right. So only manage orders in a market that's trending in the direction of the higher time frames. So that's the simplest way you can break it.
That's
That's
the
what you say.
that's the smartest way. Like why are you counter trending? Like you're going against everybody.
All right. Let me ask you another question. Based on the higher time frame levels,
Alex,
right?
I feel
Which is
you.
the daily.
All right, but remember, like I have to get to other people questions also because like I'm not really sure on like what you're trying to ask me in total. Like I'm trying to tell you like you're you got to actually base your main time frame off of a certain time frame, and you're still doing like everything else. I don't know like why the hell you're using H16. Honestly, like I don't really see the point of that.
All right, then.
That's the
All right.
biggest
So
thing.
you can ask other person can ask questions, and then I'll just listen,
Okay,
and then I'll
definitely,
add more questions when I'm done.
definitely. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me get to these questions. Oh shit, I'm big as hell. Yeah, mainly like I don't think you seen like my training though. Honestly, like based off the way how you are analyzing, like I don't. That's not my style personally. Like then you would already know like how I actually base my time frames and everything else. If you were like really like paying attention to like the way how I trade. It's just laggy as hell, yo. Shit. All right, God damn. Okay. All right, let me not. I'm not gonna these questions now. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so like, how's everybody doing? Thanks everyone for actually coming on this webinar. This webinar overall is just a Q&A for things that you guys have issues with. Well, when do you place an entry and how long till you exit? Okay, so Christian asks, when do I place an entry and how long till I exit? That depends. Like every single trade, like it's a different situation every single time, different case. You can't really compare two trades together because you're entering and exiting for all the different reasons for each and every order. I thought there was supposed to be 700 on this webinar. Do you really want there to be 700 people and not get any kind of help, Alex?
No.
Exactly. So why are you worried about it being less people? All right. So you said for GJ you should look for structure on the daily time frame. Yes. Okay. So if I'm basing structure off of GBP JPY. Mainly because I said that this chart is based off of the daily time frame because this chart is a lot more volatile than UJ. So pretty much like when it comes to like you actually analyzing in a noisy market, you have to actually learn how to cancel out all the noise. Let me try to. You got to cancel out the noise. So like going on the daily time frame, it pretty much cancels out a lot of the noise and everything that GJ does make. See like how on this time frame you can actually identify where you're. Yeah, I'm trying to like push it in actually. On this time frame, which is the daily time frame, you're able to actually see your higher high points and higher low points, which pretty much tells you if the market is pretty much trending or not trending. See like how we have a higher high point like right here and then a retest area. Let me highlight these part for you guys. So you have your higher high here, and then you have your retest, which is 100% retrace. Actually, not 100% retrace, but just a full retest of the previous level of resistance. So this right here is a straight consolidation around this area. Let me just, oh, God, I want it wider. I have all these questions I got to answer. All right, is better?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right, so pretty much like see now how you have your low points on GJ as right here because you always want to like base your level of support off of an average of price. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never support or resistance is never like the highest point or never like the lowest point. It's always like an average area around like a wick point. So see like how I have like right here this area, like I wouldn't base my level of support all the way down here or even like right here. I want to base it at a point that pretty much all the wicks inside that area touch. And on this side, you have that 100% retrace, which is just a retest area. So we literally had just consolidation around this entire point right here. So seeing that it's not breaking support, right? What the hell? Oh, is everybody on track?
Yes.
Okay, all right, make sure. All right, cool. All right, so pretty much like seeing how we have like a level of support like right here, and then you use your fibs just to make sure that it's 100% retrace. Boom, all the way up here to that level of resistance based off of this point right here. Let me search for you guys. All right, it's based off of that blue wick like right there on that level of resistance. So we had like almost 100% retrace, which is still significant for a higher low point in this case because it actually tested at 88.6, which is fine. So like it's still considered as a higher low point, which is just steep as hell. So like even if I was like on this entire trend like right here, you're still expecting higher high points because you're still on overall uptrend, and the low points are not being broken. Like they're still being respected. So like you're always going to be expecting a higher high point. Period. All right. So like when the market even got down to this low point right here, breaking it down to this area, you're able to see a transition around this point right here. Like, all right, let's keep that area in mind. I'm gonna highlight this area a different color, so when we on low time frames, you guys can actually understand what's going on. Okay, so like let's go to like first like the. All right, if you're basing your structure off of the daily chart, like it's good to go on like H1 because you're seeing a lot more details inside that chart or inside that trend, which shows you a better trend, like transition from a downtrend to an uptrend. So many people are messaging me right now. Goddamn. Let me go back. All right. So this is the same area that pretty much support was on that daily time frame, like right here, right? Y'all remember that area? Can you guys recall that area on the daily time frame? All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So overall, like if you're looking at structure on this time frame first, right? You're seeing your overall downtrend, which was this big push all the way down here, right? Then you had your main level of resistance broken, which was around this area. Mainly because this right here is the last lower high point of this entire downtrend right here. So this area right here, let me just pick it up. Let me take off this green thing. All right, let's focus on this area. So this right here is the last area of resistance, like right over here. All right, or even you probably even base it off of. Let me try to find an average. All right. So this right here was the high that had to even be broken, which is around, what price is this? Around 107,777, which is like that last level of resistance that had to be broken. So like once that area was broken right here, when the market came back up to the zone and consolidated for a long period of time, because this right here was a past level of resistance, it actually broke that area on a gap and then came back down to on retest. But once that area was fully broken, pretty much anywhere after that break is considered as a buy opportunity. Once you had areas kind of like this, so like I wouldn't actually enter like all right here because look at your SMA and EMA is still actually pointing on a downtrend, so like it's not actually ready yet to pull back up. So when it actually crossed, which was around here, around this area right here, based off of like this candle right here. So once that actually happened, that cross happened, you could have went on low time frames around this area, right after that point. All right, so like we have a confirmed cross on H1. Let's highlight that area. Let's highlight that area. All right, boom. All right, so now after that, let's break it down to like M30 if we can, see what kind of other opportunities we could get on a lower time frame, since that area is pretty much, we already confirmed that area on a daily chart. We already confirmed that area on H1 already. And next, we got to pretty much break it down to an entry time frame. Mainly because I enter a lot of times on like M30 or M15. Like it all depends on like how the formations are going, and pretty much if you can actually analyze the market good enough with your candlestick analysis. So it really all depends. So like when it comes to like me actually entering a certain place or exiting a certain place, it depends on every single situation on how the market is actually forming and everything. So this right here is the area, all right here, and this area was the same area that the cross of the SMA and EMA was on the H1 chart. And beyond there, like we had a bullish move, which was like kind of like right here, or even that bullish engulfing, which happened like right here. Right here was pretty straight. Right here, you guys see it? So that would have been my entry point right here. As far as that's when I would actually press buy, right when that market actually made that kind of move, showing me that there's more buyers in the market at that point in time. So that would have been my entry opportunity for that order, and beyond there, I would have just been like maintaining that order, probably on the same time frame, to make sure that I could stay in profit for that entire time period that I was inside this trade. Yo, mute your mics. Yeah. Why do you have those levels highlighted? So does everybody understand as to why how I actually broke down that entire trend?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna tell you guys my estimate. Hold on. I'm not gonna tell. First of all, I'm not gonna tell you guys like my estimate and EMAs. Like just join fucking Wall Street Academy. Like literally, like that's like once you join that, then you have everything that you fucking need. You know what I'm saying? Like simple as that. I'm not gonna give you guys everything that I have on a free webinar. Just be a member and then get everything forever. Keep it simple. What kind of order would that? The main order that I actually place are instant executions. Like I do pending orders here and there, but in reality, like I probably do them like probably like whenever I'm like scalping or something. But I don't really like place it on like my everyday trades. Like like everything is mainly like instant executions. How did you choose?
When you use when you use your instant execution, what sort of candlesticks do you look at? Do you look at candlesticks as well? Or
Yeah. Yeah, of course. No. Everything matters. You know what I'm saying? Like candlesticks and everything. Like it all depends on how you actually know how to read them. But I go a lot more in depth with that on like the actual course personally. But
Right.
you know,
Okay.
that right there was like an example and everything on like why I would enter it in on this order right here. You know what I'm saying? Like for all those confirmations.
Right.
All
Okay.
right.
Cheers.
How did you choose USDJPY to be your pair? Personally, like I used to do odd USD. Like if you guys been following me for a while and everything, I was doing odd USD for what like an entire year. Like I did it from when I first started trading mainly, and then all the way up until like last year, September or October, and then pretty much I kind of noticed that like whenever I'm analyzing a lot faster and a lot more accurate when I'm actually like in like fast markets. So like if I'm on AU, what do you think is happening to me if I'm analyzing and the chart's going too slow?
You probably lose focus.
Huh? No. What do you guys think is happening if I'm analyzing fast up here, but the charts are moving slow as hell?
The entry in too fast.
Not even that, like that, but also like you don't trade. Nah, I kind of like over trade or like over analyze because I have so much time to analyze throughout that entire time period because it's moving slow enough that I could just keep on analyzing, keep on analyzing, keep on analyzing, keep on analyzing, and then it's not even like where I'm supposed to be entering at. You know what I'm saying? So like exactly like too much anticipation. So it's like me actually going on UJ, I'm actually going with a pair that like is developing as fast as I am. You know what I'm saying? So like as fast as it's moving is the same way how I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Only you would exit. So yes, like at the end of the day, like if you want to actually choose a pair that like suits you and everything, like it's really all based off of your personality. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the biggest thing. Like that's what it's really based on, like your personality. It's like if you're a person that is, let's say, really impatient, I would say just like analyze on AU first if you're trying to get better at your technicals because pretty much I traded AU for an entire year, but that was good because my technicals got really really good because I had so much time to actually apply my technicals and everything and watch it play out. So I didn't have to actually place it and then things just happen kind of like this. You know what I'm saying? So like AU and everything, like it kind of builds up your technical skills until you're actually able to analyze fast as hell and see things faster than it's actually moving. So on UJ, it's moving faster and everything than AU. So pretty much like it plays its part or plays out and everything pretty fast. Who who you who you do your time frame correlation? What? who you do your time frame correlation? I don't know what it means. Um, maybe how do you do your time frame? I mean, like time frame correlation. I'm not gonna really get into too much personally because like that's like the main thing on what I actually trade based on. So like you would have to just join Wall Street Academy if you want to actually get all that kind of information. Yes, I've been studying AU. Yeah, literally like AU would definitely like help you out big time. Like if you're not like a person that is like in a rush to fucking just get on the charts and like start making money and everything, and you really want to actually get good, I would definitely like recommend trading AU for a good amount of time so you get better at your technicals before you go on to faster pairs. How differently do you trade from Ryan? Nowhere close. Like as you can see, profits are different. Everything is different. Consistency is just like different also. So I mean, overall, like I just see the market a lot more different than he does. So, big difference. You can't really compare the two. What was the name of the Islamic broker without fees? Actually, it's not that easy to get an Islamic account. Keep in mind, it's based off of religion. I'm not I'm not Islamic at all, but at the same time, like I have people that work at the broker, so I was able to get that account. What's my win percentage? Just to see what's possible. I mean, like my overall win percentage is probably like around 70%. 70% through like around 75%. That's like overall, but I mean, I've had trade times when I go like 30-0, like 40-0 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends on everything on how much I'm trading and how aggressive that I'm actually trying to actually make money. What's your win percentage? Just to see what's different. How do you use your stop yourself from using 100 lots? Okay, so like people don't understand. Like, who wants to trade 100 lot here? Who would want to trade 100 lot here? Type yes.
That would be too.
I want to see how many people say yes though.
take 5 all day.
Right? Like people want to be like this. Is what I always say. People want to trade 100 lots, but they ain't got 100 lot emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you ready to see like 10K, 20K in drawdown? No, I doubt that. So I doubt you have that much fucking like discipline on yourself and able to actually control your emotions. Because personally, like I don't have that kind of emotional support. Honestly, I'm not gonna do it. I'll probably just close out after like 1 pip. Honestly, 100 lots. I'm not with that.
I think that's exactly what Sean was saying in a post that he posted recently. He was saying, you're afraid to see a 40 pip drawdown, yet you expect to gain 400 pips or 100 pips or something like that. I mean, it just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. Like if I was supposed to do like 100 lots personally, like I would have to have like, first of all, good leverage, because like a lot of leverage is not gonna actually like stay consistent past like 50K or even 100K and everything. Like if you can find a broker with like 1 to 500 leverage past $500,000, then you're lit. Like then I'll do 100 lots. But if not, then I'm not gonna even bother. Do I still use ADX? Like I used it the other day actually when I was trading the UJ. I had posted on Snapchat, but pretty much I was up like 2K, and pretty much I had to actually go on ADX so I could see that momentum shift inside the market, because the price action was not clear enough for me to analyze it. So it really all depends. Do I ever go to sleep on trades? It depends. It depends on how much profit I'm in. It depends on what lot size I'm using. So like if I'm in drawdown, I'm probably not gonna be going to sleep. I might sleep for like an hour or some shit. But like if I'm in drawdown and everything, I do not like to go to sleep all too much. So, but if I'm in profit, like like 40 pips or 60 pips or even 100 pips, like I'm taking a full sleep, 8 hours. I'm knocking out. Hold on. Where do you sweating bullets? What's the point? Yeah, so like if you want to trade 100 lots, like that's cool and everything, but like what kind of lifestyle do you plan on or like what kind of lifestyle are you living to actually want to trade 100 lots? So like, and you really want to make money like that fast? Like it doesn't really like make sense to me. Like you don't have like fucking jets and all kind of other crazy shit and everything to even want that kind of income daily. Like personally, I think like 5 lots and everything, 20 pips, 5 lots, or even 40 pips, 5 lots. That's fucking good. That's great. That's over 2K a day. That's sweet. That's more than what a lot of people make, honestly, a day. And the average income a day is probably like around $120. Do I hold trades over the weekend? Same concept as me holding a trade if I'm sleeping. Like it depends on how much pips I'm up and what's my lot size. RDS trade 600 lots, 1 trade. I don't know who RDS is personally, and I don't really care to know. How long usually does it take for UJ gap to fill? UJ gap, like they had gaps that took like around a month to fill before, but normally like UJ gaps fill like in a couple hours or something like that. But I personally wouldn't really like look forward to gaps every single Sunday, because not all gaps fill on time. So like there was times and everything when people that actually traded that UJ gap, which was like somewhere around like right here. Hold on, let me try to find it. It was a big ass move. Hold on. It was somewhere over here. Oh, this is on the Orlando chart. JPY. Where's that gap at? Here it is. This is the gap. So this was one gap on USJPY that was not filled. As you can see, like the wicks and everything didn't even touch. There's a gap between there. Come on. So this gap took an entire month to fill. That was the gap, and it took an entire month to fill. So personally, like, I wouldn't really like depend on gaps all too much, because some of them fill on time, some of them don't. Some of them would actually have you in drawdown for over 776 pips. And here go the gap on UJ that I was actually trying to find. Yeah, it was like a 30 pip gap or like a 26 pip gap, but it took an entire month to fill. Same concept as UJ. What was my best trade? Okay, so do you consider my best trade like pip wise or money wise?
Pip wise,
Pip wise, pip wise, I think my best trade was like around 140 pips or 180 pips, something like that. But it wasn't like a crazy like lot size at the time. But my best trades all at one time was like around 2,000 pips when I caught in a week. I caught 2,000 pips in a week, like last year, October. So
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What about your weekly target? What's your weekly target pip wise?
My I don't have goals. I don't have goals in trading because every single trading day is different, and I just take what I can get because once you do have goals, like you might overtrade. Like you might make like let's say your goal for the day is like around 500. Like you might make like around 300 or 350 or even like 400 or even 450. But then you might take like one more trade, just kind of like want to get over that 500 mark, and then fuck up. So it's like whatever the market does give me for whenever it's the most clear to me, that's when I'm actually on the charts trading. My best trade money wise was that 35K week that I had like last year, and then beyond that, I invested that into Bitcoin and everything. Can you show us an example of an entry breakdown from the 4-hour chart to the 15-minute chart? First of all, like you should never ever say an exact time frame to break it down on. As far as like you could say, okay, like break down 4-hour chart to a lower time frame or something because it depends on how clear that time frame is on the 15-minute chart or even the M30 chart. So you got to always be open to, like entering on different time frames, not only the 15-minute chart. That's a big thing. So some people and everything get so stuck on one time frame that they lose track of like there's other time frames on the chart that can give you different data to actually get in on the same exact trend. You know what I'm saying? So do I enter? I would never and ever have never ever have entered on the H4 or H1. That's for one. The best time frame to analyze AU on is like the daily time frame. But AU is a very, very consolidated pair. So like that pair is gonna be it consolidated for what, like a year and a half inside the same zone. You know what I'm saying? So like I wouldn't really like expect a trending market on AU all too much because the trends and everything are real, real quick. So it's not like an overall main trend. Okay, so like I'll break down a setup based off of the H4 time frame real quick on UJ for y'all. Let me just expand this. Put this over here. Hold on. All right, real quick. Okay, so Quillen, traders always post about making 50 to 100% per year. What if you have $1,000 balance? That would suck. I would at least want to take 1,000 to 100K in that year. Marty, first of all, like it's not really smart to think that way. You're trying to think of $1,000 to 100K. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like you want your balance to start off as $1,000 and then end in $100,000. That's what you want your balance to be like. First of all, that means that you're not withdrawing. You're accounting for all all the losses and everything that you're gonna actually get up to that 100K, because you might get up to like 10K and then lose, and then I'll break it down to like 5K. After that, you get up to like 7K and then break it down to 2K, and then 2K to like around 15K, and then 15K to like around 7K. You got to be super fucking consistent to like really want to actually like keep that money inside your broker the entire time as it gets up to 100K. You know what I'm saying? Like you could withdraw over time. You know, like if you got it that $1,000 up to like around 10K, okay, withdraw 5K now, and then build that up. After that, withdraw again. You know what I'm saying? Like keep that flow going, because the entire time that you have that $1,000 in your account and you want $100,000, like it could happen. You could get $100,000 worth of withdrawals, but I wouldn't really just not withdraw the entire time while building that on that account up to 100K though, because you're gonna lose profit. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like you're gonna have losses on the way also, and I'm pretty sure like your losses are gonna be pretty much a lot a lot bigger than your wins. You know what I'm saying? Just from how you're thinking already. So like the mindset portion of it is a huge thing. How do you use Fibonacci retracement in UJ? So like in the UJ, hold on. Let me just break down this chart real quick for a person on like the H4 time frame. All right, so like let me just find like a setup real quick, guys. Okay, so let me just clear off my chart real fast, actually. All right. All right, so boom. Okay, so this right here shows an uptrend structure, break structure onto a downtrend structure, right? So overall, we had a break of structure somewhere like right here. If you want to actually find that average of this entire area right here, which was at this little wick right here, which pretty much every single thing that happened beyond that point, which is all tested candles. So like support was not broken at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? So like it was actually considered as a higher low point when it actually went like right here in respect to 38.2, point A, point B, and then you actually have that counter trend on your Fibonacci. So at 30.2. So like that is your higher low point for this entire area, which means that this right here is the main area that has to be broken for the breaking structure. All right. So boom. So we had now what, a higher high point, right? So once a higher high point did form, which was like right here, you want to actually like highlight that average area, which is going to be off this wick, because it touches like all the wicks on that entire area. So then we had our Fibonacci pulled out, point A, point B, all the way up here. So then you have 100% retrace, which is just a full retest of that entire area, which does not count as, you know, a higher low point. It's just considered as a full retest of that same level of support. So that area was still being respected. So beyond then, we had a lower high point form. That lower high point was considered as a, I think a 38.2 retracement. Yeah, like around a 38.2 retracement right here. So around 38.2 retracements, you're looking at a very, very aggressive push, which happened like right here. Boom. That push actually broke structure and then made a new low, which was right here. Boom. That low was actually formed. So once that actually low point actually did form, as you can see on bearish candle, bullish candle, pull out your fibs again, point A, point B, and when we're actually we're measuring our counter trend, which is all the way up here, 38.2 retrace again, right? So like then after that, we have to actually find some sort of setup that can tell us that there's more sellers in the market than buyers at that point in time. Let's look at this setup like right here. You have this setup right here because it actually broke this low point of, hold on. It broke this low point of this bullish candle. Beyond here, we knew that there was more sellers in the market at that point in time. So let's then break it down to like around M30 first, because that's our first entry time frame. All right. H4. So beyond there, this right here is our setup on the higher time frame, and after that we're looking at this time frame structure now, which is on the M30 structure. So on this time frame structure, we then had a low point that was then created. Then we could also pull out our fibs once this area was created. Let's pull out our random line right here. This right here is the new low that was actually made. Boom. So then we had our Fibonacci pulled out, point A, point B. After that, we had a 38.2 retrace on this time frame. Same concept as the higher time frame. After that, we had some type of candle setup that pretty much says that there was sellers in the market, and at that point, that is our entry for that entire push. So beyond there is when you're actually able to learn how to maintain orders and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I teach all that in Wall Street Academy, but you guys get the concept of like what I'm doing now is the main thing that I'm trying to show you guys. All right, so does everybody understand this like right now? Who the hell's Conrad? I know the way you apply your fibs. Why don't you go from a certain lows? Because that's how I apply them, and that's the way how I look at the market. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what separates me from a lot of people inside this niche, just from how we look at the market. So like that's just my ways on how to look at the market. So I don't go based off of how everybody else does it. Everybody else has their own way on how they do things, but this is just my way. Why there is not an example of scalping on WSA because my students and everything, once they actually have knowledge on how to do everything, like then they'll actually be able to scalp also. And you would know that if you're in Wall Street Academy. You know what I'm saying? So simple as that. Like, and people already know like I'm a very, very upfront person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be all nice with you and everything inside this shit because this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's either you do it one way or the other way, or get it incorrect and fucking lose money. All right, so overall trend from weekly, daily, H4, or the it depends. Taylor, it depends also. It depends on the pair. Like I said, like every single pair has a different time frame that is analyzed good on. Like you can't use the same breakdowns on UJ on like how you would use on GJ or AU or NU and stuff like that, because they're all different. The volatility rates and everything of all pairs are going to be different when it comes to every single pair. Period. Did I leave everything effects? I did leave everything effects, mainly because like it started to feel kind of like a job, and once anything feel like a job to me, I cancel that shit out. I cancel it out. I'm not gonna want to actually do things on somebody else's time. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like more just like my entrepreneurship side, being brought out. So at the end of the day, like if you are in Wall Street Academy, like I'm still gonna be post daily analysis in Wall Street Academy, like the same way on how I did everything effects, but it's just gonna be more on my time instead of somebody else's time. The best time frame to analyze USD CHF on is going to be the daily time frame, because that pair is a little bit more volatile than UJ. So you got to cancel out all that noise that's shown on CHF, and then bring it to a higher time frame which shows a more like broader view of it. What's my favorite trading book? I don't really have a favorite trading book, honestly. Like I'm just on the chart, so like I don't really like base my knowledge off of somebody else's or a book. All my knowledge is literally just chart experience. Do I trade EU? I don't. I traded EU a couple months ago. I made like $500 on like a 5 lot, and after that I was done. Like I don't know, like I just don't like how it moves. It moves like real, like the flow of it, like it's kind of weird to me. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't like trade things that like are kind of iffy. And EU also actually jumps a lot. You know what I'm saying? It has a lot of spikes and stuff like that, and I'll do that on UJ, but on EU it's not a pair that I pretty much like really analyze to that extent, so I'm not gonna try to test it out. How do I control my emotions when I live trade? For one, you got to think of trading like just numbers. It's literally like a video game that if you get really good at, you will fucking make money. You know what I'm saying? But if you're treating it like, let's say, let me just trade and just like make a fucking shit ton of money, then you're gonna lose money more than likely, because you're only thinking about the money. When trading is just mainly based on the knowledge. Like people think that if you have a ton of capital and everything, they don't think that capital can ever go away. But you could blow a 10K account, a 20K account, a 50K account, 100K account, $1 million account could still blow. So like if you don't have the knowledge, then you can't really apply shit. You're just literally just gambling at that point. When people in this niche at times are cheap as shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, and they don't realize that like you guys have everything on a silver platter. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like when I started trading, like it was no kind of courses, nothing like that. So like everything was mostly on just experience. When you guys have like groups and everything all over the place and shit like that, like especially like how I actually organize like Wall Street Academy, like students and everything, like they don't have to ever really go anywhere because they actually know how I trade like to the T a lot of times. That's why some students at Wall Street Academy, like some students get the same entry as me or a better entry than me at times, which is dope as shit. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of comes to show you that like knowledge and everything is everything. What's my average drawdown per trade? My average drawdown, honestly, is like around probably like 7 pips or even like 5 pips. At times, I go instantly in profit. So it all depends on how you actually know how to break down the charts and work on with the time frames to even get those kind of entries. So like if you can't, like use time frame correlation, then you're not gonna get good entries. That's what it is. You're not. That's why like a lot of scalpers and everything, well, a lot of swing traders actually, like they don't even drop down under the H4. So they're seeing like 80 pip drawdown and 100 pip drawdown, which means that they're not gonna really up their lot size, like in time. Like they might use like a standard lot or even a 2 lot, but you won't see a swing trader using like a 10 lot all too much because, like they see fucking drawdown, and the way how I trade, like I could trade the kind of lot sizes that I use because I don't see that much drawdown. So I have less risk on my account than a lot of people. Keep in mind, like I don't really use indicators. That's the big thing about me. Like I don't use RSI all too much and stuff like that. Yes, this is recorded and it's gonna be on YouTube as well. But like I trade this off mainly technicals, which means that I'm looking at price action and then beyond there, like I'm doing my markup like how I did on this chart just now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's raw price, and raw price is the best thing to even look at when you're actually trading, compared to actually having an indicator on your chart or even like certain indicators on your chart to actually make you want to see something that's not really there. The main things I have on my chart a lot of times is just like my fibs, my moving averages, my two moving averages that I do use, and what else? I mean, yeah, and then beyond that, I'm just drawing on my charts. You know what I'm saying, and then making a case out of what I see on the charts. Do I swing trade? I swing trade every now and then if I have the ability to, and if I can maintain orders long enough. Do you wait for a lower high to form on entry, or can I enter at 23.6? 23.6, honestly, it forms a lot of consolidation zones, and I wouldn't really enter off of that all too much because that means that you're more exposed to actually seeing a lot of drawdown because your stop loss is super high. So those are everything that actually like seeing my charts and everything. Like you guys know that like those are my settings that I use for my fibs. If you guys want to copy that down like real quick. Yeah, so those are my fib settings mainly because I have like I use all the ratios and everything to some extent. You know what I'm saying? I don't to some extent. I use everything to a certain extent for different reasons at different times in different situations inside a market. Everything is just it depends on all the situations that I come across. So I even have like my red ones, which is at 120% and 110% for my stop loss areas. So you guys can actually take advantage of that as well. All right. So what helped me with my psychology? My psychology was just helped out just by not being on the charts 24/7 because people think that if you're actually yo Alex, really? Don't get kicked off now. So if you guys like know like the psychology and everything, it's on a person because if you're on the charts 24/7, then you're gonna have bad psychology. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always going to be just trying to make money every single time. But in reality, just try to actually get out there and find a fucking hobby or something to get your mind off the charts. I'm mainly an intraday trader. Mainly an intraday. Yeah, if you overcomplicate the charts, like the charts, trading is simple, not hard. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. Is it easy? It's not easy. But it's simple though. The concept of trading and how to actually analyze it and everything is simple. Beyond there, it's hard to actually get over the obstacles that you're gonna come across, greed, revenge trading, and all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people forget about that when they're actually starting to trade because they're thinking about the money. But there's a lot of other things that you got to take into consideration as well. Is it realistic to become profitable and consistent in 2-3 months? I wouldn't say like to rush the process because everybody has a different time period on when they actually understand everything. You know what I'm saying? So like a person saying, I want to understand it in 2 months or 3 months, you already have a bad mindset. This is what it is. Like you already have a bad mindset if you're thinking 2 months, 3 months, or even putting a time frame on when you actually are supposed to grasp everything. I see if a retest is done mainly because it either forms some sort of transition phase on that lower time frame, and then actually goes from there. But I wouldn't actually base it off of much. Like I have to actually correlate the lower time frames versus the higher time frames to even know that an area on the higher time frame is actual area of support. Approximately how much money do I keep in my account? I mean, on average, it's above like 30K. How many hours do you give trading every day on average? For one, see, look, like whenever a person is putting a time on something, then they're gonna fuck up. You know what I'm saying? A time on when you're supposed to grasp everything, you're gonna fuck up. A time on when you're supposed to stay in trades, you're gonna fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Or even having a time period on how long you give trading a day. Like if you actually enjoy trading, then you're not gonna give trading a time frame on when you're supposed to start or end. Just fucking trade until you're fucking done with it, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put a time limit on it because every trading day is gonna be different. Why traders are afraid to talk about taxes? I mean, I don't know, but I'm not an accountant, so it's like we can't really give somebody else financial advice if we're not, accountants. That's what it is, man. What do you think about long-term trading as far as what, like short, like what, like short, small trades or small volume or what? I'm asking because you're not looking at charts all day. Okay, so like, if I might see setups throughout the entire day, and beyond there, like I'm just like gradually, just like looking for an entry, but I'll just kind of like glance at my phone every now and then because MT4 is like so accessible. You know what I'm saying? So I could just go throughout my entire day, um, look at the charts here and there, and still have a good view and everything on like where I'm supposed to enter or exit. Let's say I see a bearish engulfing on resistance in the H4 time frame. What am I looking for on the low time frame? On the low time frame, kind of like what I just shown. You're looking for a low time frame structure, which kind of like what I showed like right here. This right here was based off of the lower high point on the H4 time frame, and then on the low time frame after that point, I'm seeing some sort of lower high point also, and then I'm getting in based off of this move as well because it showed me some sort of bearish type of candle setup, which I was comfortable with, and I'm flowing along with the main trend, seeing that I already had a break structure on that higher time frame, which is going to be H4 in this example. It was right here. So we had a break structure for those that actually are just coming on. We had a break structure here. The first low point form, the first lower high point form, and that is where I pulled up my fibs. And then once I actually had that area highlighted, I broke it down to a lower time frame such as M30, and that's when I actually entered the trade based off of like my candle setups, which you guys seen earlier. What if you are looking for structure on daily? If you're looking at structure on a daily, then you could break it down to like H1, and then beyond that, then you could just break it down even more. But like I wouldn't go from the daily to H4 because it's kind of too close to me. So like I'll go down to like daily to the H1 because it showed up a lot more details to actually be able to analyze that. What is your number one risk management rule? My number one risk management rule is that cut losses early. Cut losses early because sometimes a person would say they want to be in drawdown for 20 pips like mentally, and then those 20 pips would be like around 50 pips by the time that they're actually done with that trade. So they'll actually just like lie to themselves when the trade gets close to their stop loss area, and then expand that stop loss even more to like have more hope on that trade going in their favor, and then beyond there they're actually in super drawdown. So like overall, just learn how to cut losses early when it's not really going in your favor and when you feel uncomfortable with it. So if you go in a trade feeling some sort of anxiety or some type of like doubt, then I would definitely say just close out that trade and just wait for the next trade. Yeah, praying to the pip gods. Literally. How big are your stop loss on average? On average is like around like 7 pips or 5 pips a lot of times because like my entries and everything are kind of on point. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't really see like that much drawdown. Yeah, like I don't really see that on that much drawdown. So like that's why I'm able to use the kind of lot sizes that I do use now, because if your drawdown is not much, then you could up your lot size, because that's what it's already based on. A person that sees a lot of drawdown, then they're not gonna have a lot of volume on their trades because they're experiencing a shit ton of negatives before they go positive. What is the difference between your style and Astro Effects? Astro Effects actually is more swing traders. Like they don't really intraday trade like how I intraday trade, and they don't apply an analysis to all time frames like how I do. I actually know how to take advantage of the M1, M5, M15, M30, H1, H4, daily, weekly, and so on. Like that's how I trade. But they don't really drop down beyond like the H2 a lot of times. I mean, like I broke down like where I would actually break down the chart from to actually get a really good entry. So like when this video is on YouTube, then you can actually go back and everything and rewatch it, take notes and everything, and go from there. But yeah. Hey Q Pierre, yo Pierre, what's good, bro? Where did you learn your psychology part from in trading? Literally just experiencing life, man. Just experiencing life, and then kind of just realizing that like things that you actually like things that are going on the outside of trading, and then trying to actually bring that to the charts are gonna fuck you up. So like keep trading separate from every single thing that you're doing in your real life. I'm saying, so like don't bring your emotions on the charts, because that's gonna take effects, meaning that you're gonna lose money every single time that you're on the charts, more than likely. It's literally just experience, man. Will I come to Canada in the future? I would love to go to Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like once I have we have students there, like around 6 or 7 students in Wall Street Academy in Canada right now. But to actually do a 5-day course there, I would need like around 10 to 12 students. You know what I'm saying? Like just to even be able to fly there. Yeah, Texas, same thing. So like I tell everyone, like as long as a person can actually gather, like 10 people, 12 people, or even 15 people, um, for like a 5-day course, then I'm all for it. So like 10 people and everything in the U.S., but outside of the U.S., like around 15 people, minimum 12 people, because I need an actual like a nice group. Like I'm not gonna fly somewhere and teach just one person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying Texas. Yeah. Nah, I fuck with Texas, man. Like y'all got some good ass food. I can't lie. Like, yeah. I fuck with the tacos too, man. The tacos is lit. Um
Uh,
how
Sorry, Q. Do you when it comes to the fundamentals, how much do you use your
okay.
fundamentals in your trading?
All right, 1 second. How do I gain confidence in trading? The confidence comes with understanding. Once you have the full understanding of trading, then that'll actually build your confidence in trading. But if you have no kind of understanding as far as this plus this equals this, then you're not gonna have the confidence to trade like how you want to trade. Simple as that. But you said what again? We said
Like how often, like with the fundamentals, how
fundamentals.
much do you use? Yeah.
Personally, I don't look at fundamentals to that extent. Like I can really care less about news. I only really care about FOMC and NFP. Beyond that
Mm-hmm.
is just like knowing that your technicals is fucking on point. If your technicals is on point, then you don't really have to look at every single fucking news event that comes out, because in reality, the market itself is showing you the volume between buyers and sellers. So the news events are going based off of the actual market itself. So once your technicals are on point, then it'll flow along with the news and everything that's coming out. Because the only time that I really look at news is knowing that NFP is coming up, which is kind of like towards the end of the month, or looking for FOMC dates and everything, which is like around on Wednesdays. I think it's every quarter. I think.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's the only real like the fundamentals and everything that I really like pay attention to.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Which two news? I said NFP, which is non-farm payroll. That happens the first Friday of every single month. And then beyond that, like if I, oh gosh, let me show you guys. If you go on forexfactory.com, then you will see. Let me see. All right, so we
Coming
have
up Friday the 3rd. So next week
yeah,
Friday.
yeah, next week Friday. Yeah, so you scroll down here on Friday to the 3rd. The third, right? Yeah. So all right here. So this right here says unemployment rates. So all this right here is pretty much like a non-farm payroll shit, and then you have the non-farm employment change, which happens like it's pretty much telling you the unemployment rates for the entire month. So like every single month and everything, it's a different rates and everything that they got to turn in to actually be processed through the markets. And the market moves over like 100 pips and everything on most pairs in minutes. So I mean, like you could trade it and then get fucked up if you want to. That's your choice. I feel like a lot of amateur traders trade NFP as far as like they actually wake up to trade NFP if they're amateurs. But people that are actually experienced and everything, like they already know like NFP and everything is cool, but it's not really worth it to that extent. Then when actually you can make money on normal patterns and like on normal markets instead of just trying to trade high volatile news. Yeah, like people that had trade NFP before, like they already know like that shit does not fucking play. 8:30 a.m. that shit fucking freezes your fucking computer. After that, you see a huge ass gap and a huge ass candle. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't really just like recommend a person to actually trade NFP. If you want to experience it, then go ahead and experience it. But overall, just don't even bother. Just make money on the normal markets. Yeah, 10 pips in profit. Then exactly. Harmonics. I don't really trade harmonics because the way how I trade, like a lot of times, by the time that I have my analysis, like it's already kind of like late or invalid on a harmonic pattern. So like once you could trade like my style, then you would understand harmonics, because harmonics is based off of what? Structure and on Fibonacci and expansions. So once you understand those three things, structure, structure, Fibonacci, and expansions, then pretty much you will understand harmonics. But if you don't understand those three things, then trading harmonics is literally gonna fuck you up, because you're literally waiting for a pattern that could be invalid. You know what I'm saying? So just learn how to trade the raw markets mainly. Do I trade every day? No, I don't. I trade probably like every other week, if anything. If I really plan on buying something, a lot of times, um, if I had plans to buy something, then I'll trade hard as fuck to make that money. Then after that, I'm good. But I don't trade every day.
Like right now, I think I saw you looking at a Porsche or something.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually about to go see the Porsche. Yeah, the GT3 fund. Actually, the GT3 fund is funded. It's good. I got the funds for it. You know, this is like a down payment. This is a down payment, anyways. But it's in San Francisco, so like, I'm gonna go see it within I think the next couple of days. I can show y'all it real quick. If y'all want to see it.
Wow.
Y'all want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it, bro.
Let's go see it. Let's go show it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right. Let me turn my phone sideways. All right, that's it right there. Sexy.
Wow. Nice color too.
Yeah. Right? So that's the
good on you, man.
That's the move like right now. You know what I'm saying? Time to level up on these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I like that.
All right. What about I wouldn't really like look at pair correlation all too much because some people like fail to see that like just because GJ and UJ is in correlation, like they feel as if like it goes the same direction 100% of the time. But in reality, like GJ does his own thing, UJ does his own thing, but overall, you know, they're going up or down, but you know, it has a lot of other movements and everything inside GJ than it does UJ. Huh. Q3, gotta beat the license plate. Yeah, I think about it, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, I might fly into San Francisco Monday or Tuesday. So I mean, if y'all like wanna link up and shit, I'm with it. How do massive trades affect the market? Just volume moving. Massive trades just literally just volume moving. That's about it. So like volume affects the market. So like if everybody's fucking buying or some shit, then obviously, you know, that's gonna move the market higher. So think about it that way. I study every day. I study every single day to some extent. But remember, like I teach also. Even this webinar is me studying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm always doing something dealing with trading. So like I'm literally always on the charts. That's what I have over like 20,000 hours of the chart time alone. Even like this webinar is almost an hour, another hour. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always doing something with trading. Is TradingView still the move? Trader's Way is still the move. Trader's Way, I still use it if I'm trying to actually like leverage out an account or some shit. But personally, like, you know, if you have like a bigger account, like I would definitely like recommend the other broker that I use now. So, and if you know like what broker I'm talking about, then I mean definitely shoot for it. It's and they have an Islamic account also on that broker. So, you know, I don't get charged fees anymore. That's why, like, if you guys see my trades and everything, like, they have no kind of fees on swaps and commission because it's fee free, which is lit. How do you attack stop loss hunting? Stop loss hunting is fake. Just learn how to use your stops correctly. Simple as that. Honestly, like, if you don't know how to use stops and everything, or certain areas of the market actually being or causing like an invalid trend or something like that, then your stop loss are going to be done incorrectly as well. Yeah, no commissions or no swaps. Why did Rico leave? I mean, doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has their own goals. You know, Forever and Profit first started off with me and Ryan anyways. So I mean, hey, it's back to the originals. It is what it is. My thoughts on Bitcoin, I would definitely like recommend people investing in Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like when like if I had fucking held like my same money that I had in my account last year when I did that 35, you know, it would have been over 290K based off like when it actually went up, because I had 56 Bitcoins at $300 per Bitcoin at that time period, and I had 56 of them and I didn't hold it. So it's like, imagine how I feel now. You know what I'm saying? So like I would definitely like recommend investing in Bitcoin because, you know, the world is changing, and it's based on technology. You know what I'm saying? So like think about it, like Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that's actually being implemented in like stores and Amazon now. Even at a Lamborghini dealership, they accept Bitcoins now. So just imagine in a couple years. What are the best ways on how to study and backtesting? Just fucking being on the charts. You know what I'm saying? It's like going over setups, going over ways on how you could have entered. on why you could have entered, your reasons, like building your reasons for entries and exits. So yeah. Do I ever trade gold? Every now and then, but not too much personally, because it's not really like my thing. So I stick to my pair and then only trade like my pair 90% of the time. That's why if you guys see me trade UJ, like I trade UJ 90% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to dabble in other shit because I'm going into like an unknown market that I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Because every single market moves different. Every single market has a different level of volatility and everything. So it's like me actually switching from UJ to like GBP NZD or some shit. Like I'm actually gonna fuck myself because I don't know how that pair moves and it actually acts. So I'm not gonna even bother. So master one pair, make profit every single fucking day. Simple. How did you tell your parents this is what you wanted to do? I didn't. I just did it. Simple as that. I didn't tell my parents, hey, I want to do this. Nah, like if I want to do something, then I just fucking do it. It's simple. Nah, I'm not gonna go over your NZD personally. But okay, like I'll go on like real quick before I actually end this webinar because it's over an hour right now. Euro NZD. So, okay, so quick analysis on Euro NZD. Whoa. So to even analyze this pair, I would definitely probably start from like let's say H4 first, see how things look on that time frame, and after that, see how ugly it looks. I'll definitely go on a higher time frame because I want to see the most clearest time frame, which is now the daily. You had a break structure here. Beyond that, your first higher low point, and after that, you had an uptrend. So like right now, overall, like you just expect like new highs at this point in time. Let's go on a weekly. Yeah, it's pretty bullish though, and seeing how this week closed. This is like this is the week of last week, so it closed bearish. So this right here is our main level of resistance at this point. And this area was based off of this wick right here. Because this right here was the average wick for this entire area. So pretty much I used that area to market across. The market actually closed right where that level of resistance was, which was a doji. So on last week, it pretty much had a lot of bullish movement, but overall on low time frames, kind of like what you guys seen earlier on like, what was it, the H1 or some shit? It went up and went down within the same entire week. So this right here was the starting of the week, this right here was like midweek, and this right here was the ending of that entire week. So it pretty much retraced 100%. So could it form a head and shoulder pattern? Possibly it could, but you have to wait until that next area formed, which could take another like 4 or 5 days or something like that to actually get more data. But right now and everything, like right now it's at a 38.2%. So like if this area does actually find a level of support, you can still expect new high points to actually form for next week. All right. Nah, but at what moment did you realize it's time to get out of society? I mean, like I've always wanted to get out of society, honestly, because I've always had like a lot bigger dreams than like a lot of people that I was around, as far as from how I look at things, So I had to actually find a way to actually make more fucking money, and yeah, I found a way. So let me answer a few more questions. What's the cost of Wall Street Academy? Wall Street Academy is $4.99, a one-time fee, lifetime membership, and pretty much you guys get everything that I fucking do. And yeah, so you also get on Wall Street Academy, Forever and Profit, things that I do like in the future as far as courses or like webinars and all the new trainings that I do actually implement inside the future. But beyond that, like my 5-day courses, the 5-day courses include Wall Street Academy, Forever and Profit, and the 5-day period of the course, which is $1,499, $1,499 lifetime membership overall. And once you're a 5-day course student, you could actually go into other 5-day courses also and sit in a day for free. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. So I offer that also for like past 5-day course students. If they want to touch up or like refresh on something, they can actually take a day for free, like later on courses. And where would I actually go for my next 5-day course? Like, I mean, so far, like I just have like my January courses, which is just like in Fort Lauderdale. But if you guys have, other places and everything that you do want me to actually travel to, like I'm down for it, as long as you guys meet the minimum amount of like attendees and everything to actually get the course. And I'm all for it. Flying anywhere, I'm with it. Just give me a date. What's a good starting balance for your account? Randy, I can't tell you a good starting balance, but it's all based off of your knowledge. I mean, Wall Street Academy students, like they on average start off with like around $100 or even $200 or even $300 or even $400, like around that price range or on that deposit range. But I would definitely like recommend you actually gain your knowledge first from whoever you're learning from. Like if you're learning from me and everything, then you don't need a lot, because I pretty much teach people how to actually maximize accounts without needing a lot of balance. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really all based off skill. So once you have the skill to actually understand the market, you don't really need a lot of money to make money inside the market. Oh yeah, so like when you come down for the 5-day course, like I have a hotel that I get discounts at. So you guys can actually book there, which is dope as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all aren't spending a shit ton of money. But like the cool thing about it, a lot of students on average, like, well, the 5-day course on average, honestly, is like around 90, probably like a good like 90% success rate. The people that actually have that 10% and everything are people that actually was like super lazy or came to the 5-day course wanting to do other shit than fucking get into fucking work. You know what I'm saying? So so yeah, so like that's like the success rate for the 5-day course. But like if you guys want to actually get better at it, I would definitely like say let's go over the entire Wall Street Academy course before we come to the 5-day course, so you're actually on point, because the 5-day course is kind of advanced in some sense. So that's why there's a prerequisite that has to be done before coming to the 5-day course. Is that your only? Oh wait, is that only your style, right? Is what only my style? Wall Street Academy is literally all of my style. Forever and Profit is the main brand. Wall Street Academy is literally all of my style put in one bundle, and then that's all me. All right, so but overall, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the webinar though. Thanks to everybody for coming on. Thanks to everybody for coming on. And if you guys want to ask me any more questions, then you guys can actually just hit my DM or some shit. I don't even know. If you get Wall Street Academy first, all right. So if you get Wall Street Academy first, to upgrade to the 5-day course is $1,100. So you're literally just saving $100 by getting the full package. That's it. So you can always upgrade if you want to. All right, yeah. So like, if you guys have any more questions, just hit me up on Instagram at CUEBANKS, or on Snapchat at CUEBLACK, CUEBLACK, and at CUEBANKS, CUEBANKS. All right, so I'm holla at y'all. Peace out. And this right will be on YouTube soon. Appreciate everybody. All right, peace out. All right, man. Peace.
Adios, man.
All right, man. Peace out.